Have you ever contemplated the possibility that your most profound struggles, the very moments you perceived as errors or falls, were not deviations from your path, but rather integral, preordained stages of your spiritual journey? What if every setback, every seemingly insurmountable challenge, was in truth a divinely orchestrated preparation for an even greater ascent, a testament to an immutable grace preceding any perceived descent? Welcome to The Divine Blueprint, Grace Before the Descent. In this illuminating exploration, we will delve into a radical perspective that redefines our understanding of adversity. We embark upon a journey guided by the profound, Kabbalistic teachings of Michael Berg, a preeminent scholar whose insights offer a paradigm shift in how we interpret our life experiences, particularly those imbued with difficulty and pain. The conventional view often positions struggle as an unfortunate consequence, a deviation from an ideal trajectory. Yet, Berg's teachings propose a dramatically different reality: that every challenge, every perceived fall, is not an arbitrary setback, but a meticulously planned opportunity for profound spiritual growth. It is a proposition that asserts the Creator's unwavering presence and foresight, meticulously establishing a pathway to higher ground even before any moment of descent manifests in our lives. This audiobook draws from a remarkable collection of 50 distinct insights, originally compiled as a gift of wisdom for the collective consciousness. These insights, gleaned from Michael Berg's extensive limuds, or profound teachings, offer a fresh lens to view universal human experiences. Through these 50 perspectives, we will unravel the misconception that pain signifies abandonment or failure, learning instead to perceive it as a crucial signpost guiding us to a deeper connection with the Creator's unyielding light. To grasp this concept, consider a common scenario: the profound isolation of despair. Imagine an individual convinced they have fallen beyond reach, their mistakes an insurmountable barrier, certain of divine abandonment. In such moments, Michael Berg's Kabbalistic wisdom offers a revelation that shatters this illusion. Drawing from the Ki Tisa portion of ancient texts, his teaching illuminates a foundational truth about falling and self-forgiveness. The Creator, in infinite foresight and omnipresence, is already in the pit even before you descend. He has not merely observed your fall, He has already constructed the ladder of ascent. The perceived darkness is not an empty void, but a space imbued with the Creator's light. Berg taught that negative forces attempt to convince us our errors are terrible and final, a profound deception. The Creator, in boundless knowing, understood we would stumble, and in unwavering grace, He grasps us, never letting go. He posits we are often closer to the Creator when emerging from a spiritual hole than on an unchallenged path. That perceived darkness is luminous because the Creator is intimately present, holding our hand and guiding us. This teaching offers a profound shift, reminding us that even in our lowest moments, we are not alone, but meticulously prepared for a powerful revelation of light. This understanding extends into the very fabric of our spiritual trajectories. Consider the individual diligently pursuing growth, yet repeatedly falling into familiar patterns, leading to a profound sense of failure. Another of Berg's teachings, drawing from King Solomon's ancient wisdom, offers a revolutionary interpretation: the righteous falls 7 times, and gets up. While superficially understood as mere resilience, the true, esoteric interpretation reveals something far more profound: the spiritual ascent of the righteous, their very elevation, comes precisely from those 7 falls. The battles lost, moments of doubt and regression, are not deviations, they are the path itself. When we feel we are failing, battling internally and losing, it is in those moments that we align most profoundly with great souls whose struggles and falls were integral to their greatness. Furthermore, for those experiencing deep, inexplicable pain, unable to discern its purpose, Berg's teachings provide solace. Drawing from the Vayeshev portion of the Torah, he illuminates why even the greatest souls descend into profound darkness, not as punishment, but as divine preparation for their ultimate mission. The Vayeshev portion, often seen as somber due to its tales of error, holds a profound secret. Great spiritual figures experienced immense darkness and made significant mistakes because the Ganas, the hidden light, cannot be revealed from constant elevation. This potent radiance resides precisely within darkness. To manifest final correction and fulfill cosmic purpose, these souls had to fall. For us, who constantly experience challenges, this means we are uniquely positioned to reveal true light from the very place we seemingly fell. When setbacks occur, we need not despair. We understand we are uniquely poised to reveal immense light from that difficult, unexpected place. These are but glimpses into the profound perspective that the divine blueprint, grace before the descent, will unravel. Each of the 50 insights we explore offers a fresh paradigm on pain, failure, and the hidden purpose behind our struggles. This is not merely an audiobook, it is an immersive guidebook for rewriting our story, transforming our perception of life's most challenging moments into unprecedented opportunities for growth and profound connection. Join us as we delve into these ancient truths, offering a gift of wisdom that promises to illuminate your life, one revelation at a time. Our journey begins with the unwavering, omnipresent embrace of the Creator, even in our deepest despair. A teaching that challenges our perception of abandonment and illuminates a path where every fall is met not with emptiness, but with a pre-built way to ascend. This chapter, In the Pit, with the Creator, the illusion of abandonment shattered, delves into one of the most transformative insights of Kabbalistic wisdom. Imagine a woman, lost in the quiet confines of her apartment, overwhelmed by a pervasive sense of being utterly beyond reach. She carried the heavy conviction that her life's trajectory, marred by what she perceived as irretrievable mistakes, had exiled her from any divine grace. These perceived errors, she felt, had accumulated into insurmountable walls, solidifying her belief that the Creator had unequivocally abandoned her. The despair she experienced was not merely emotional. It manifested as a tangible weight, suffocating the very atmosphere of her home. It was into this profound desolation that Achia and Big Bro stepped, bearing a teaching from Michael Berg's profound insights concerning the Ki-Ti Salimid, a pivotal segment of ancient wisdom that radically redefines our understanding of divine presence in moments of perceived failure. They articulated a concept so revolutionary it directly confronts the very foundation of the illusion of abandonment. The Creator, they explained, is already present in the metaphorical pit before you even fall into it. This profound statement asserts that divine foresight is so absolute, divine companionship so unwavering, that the preparations for your ascent are already complete, even amidst your descent. The ladder, out of any perceived abyss, the path to redemption and elevation, has been meticulously constructed and awaits your engagement long before the moment of your perceived error. The very darkness one experiences, that sensation of emptiness and isolation, is not, in its ultimate truth, a void. Instead, it is a space permeated by light, filled with the Creator's unwavering presence. Michael Berg emphasized that the negative side, a concept referring to the spiritual forces that seek to foster doubt and separation, relentlessly endeavors to persuade us that our errors are not only terrible but also final, leading to an irreparable chasm between ourselves and the divine. This narrative, however, is a profound deception. The Creator, in His infinite wisdom and boundless compassion, foreknew every potential misstep, every moment of perceived fallibility. His embrace, therefore, is not contingent upon our flawless adherence to an ideal path. Rather, He actively grasps us, never releasing His hold. This paradigm shift reveals a startling truth. We are often drawn into a more intimate, more profound connection with the Creator precisely when we emerge from a spiritual pit, than when we traverse a seemingly perfect and unblemished path. That perceived darkness, far from being devoid of divinity, is saturated with light, because the Creator is inherently there, extending His hand, and drawing us closer to Him. This revolutionary perspective, rooted deeply within the Kabbalistic tradition, is not merely a comforting platitude but a rigorous metaphysical assertion. The Ki-Ti Salimid, in particular, delves into the intricate mechanisms of creation and the dynamic relationship between humanity and the divine. It posits that the very architecture of existence includes a preemptive divine response to human frailty. The Creator, as the infinite source of all being, transcends linear temporality. Thus, His presence in the pit before the fall signifies a primordial, all-encompassing awareness and an unceasing commitment to our spiritual journey. It is a profound counter-narrative to the conventional understanding of sin and punishment, instead proposing a framework of continuous spiritual elevation, even through apparent descent. The pervasive human experience of isolation, particularly when confronted with personal perceived failures, often stems from a deeply ingrained misconception. The belief that divine favor is conditional, contingent upon an unbroken record of moral rectitude or spiritual perfection. The ensina limit directly challenges this conditional framework. It reveals that the very fabric of reality is imbued with a perpetual, unconditional divine embrace. What we interpret as spiritual isolation or divine judgment is, in essence, a misreading of the signs. The dark periods, the moments of profound struggle, are not indicators of abandonment but rather catalysts for an even deeper revelation of innate light and a more profound intimacy with the Creator. This teaching encourages us to re-evaluate our subjective experiences of despair, recognizing them as potential thresholds to unparalleled spiritual breakthroughs. This teaching, offered to the woman in her moment of deepest despair, presented her with a profound reorientation of consciousness. For the first time, she understood that even in her lowest moments, she was not alone. Indeed, she was being meticulously prepared for a powerful revelation of light. As these words resonated within her, tears began to flow, not tears of continued sorrow, but tears of profound release. In that transformative instant, she perceived her darkness not as an empty, desolate void, but as a space replete with hidden promise, brimming with the very light she believed she had lost forever. The illusion of abandonment, which had shackled her for so long, was irrevocably shattered, replaced by the certainty of a constant, compassionate divine embrace. This central revelation from the ensina limit forms the bedrock of our understanding. It assures us that our perceived errors do not separate us from the Creator. Instead, they serve as unique conduits, drawing us closer to the boundless light that perpetually permeates even the most seemingly desolate spiritual landscapes. It is a profound affirmation that in every pit we encounter, we are not left to languish in isolation, but are met with an unwavering divine presence, a pre-built pathway to ascend, and an eternal companionship that redefines the very essence of struggle and spiritual connection. The understanding that an unwavering divine presence accompanies us, providing a pre-built pathway for ascent even within the deepest spiritual pits, is not merely a comforting thought, but a fundamental principle of creation. This concept posits that the Creator's provision for our spiritual trajectory is not a reactive intervention, but a proactive, preemptive design. Before any potential spiritual descent, before any misstep or perceived failure could even manifest, the ladder, the inherent path for our eventual elevation, was already constructed, placed strategically within the very fabric of existence. It awaits discovery not at the culmination of our struggles, but often precisely at their inception or during their most challenging phases. This profound foresight reveals itself most vividly in the principle of the ganas, or hidden light. This is not an ordinary light. It is the primordial, indifferentiated radiance that permeated the universe during the initial moments of creation, a spiritual luminescence of such intensity that it was subsequently concealed, reserved for the righteous in the future messianic era. Yet, paradoxically, glimpses of this extraordinary light are uniquely accessible in our current epoch, specifically through moments of profound difficulty and what we often misinterpret as personal failure. The ganas possesses an inherent nature. It thrives in obscurity, its revelation predicated upon the emergence from darkness. It cannot be unveiled from a state of constant, unblemished elevation, for its very essence is tied to the transformative process of ascent from perceived spiritual natures. This is a crucial distinction, often overlooked in conventional spiritual narratives. The hidden light does not merely illuminate a pre-existing path out of darkness. It is itself revealed by the very act of traversing through, and emerging from, that spiritual gloom. The descent, therefore, becomes not an obstacle to light, but the necessary condition for its most potent manifestation. To grasp this profound mechanism, we turn to the ancient wisdom embedded within the Vayeshev portion of the Torah. This seminal text offers invaluable insights into the spiritual journeys of some of humanity's most revered souls. Often perceived by the uninitiated as a chronicle of error and hardship, Vayeshev unveils a deeper, revolutionary truth. Even individuals of immense spiritual stature, souls of extraordinary rectitude, undergo periods of profound darkness and experience what appear to be significant setbacks. These are not divine punishments or indicators of inherent flaw, but rather integral, indeed indispensable, preparations for the fulfillment of their ultimate, world-altering missions. Consider the narratives woven within Vayeshev. Figures like Joseph, who was cast into a pit by his own brothers and subsequently endured years of servitude and imprisonment. Judah, who grappled with a deeply challenging familial situation. And even Jacob, who faced years of deceptive labor and profound personal loss. These colossal spiritual personalities experienced immense darkness and made choices that, from a conventional perspective, might be deemed mistakes. Yet, their experiences were not deviations from their destined paths. They were the very crucible through which their purposes were forged. Why, one might ask, would such great souls require such arduous trials? The answer, as illuminated by profound Kabbalistic teachings, lies precisely in the nature of the Haganahs. The hidden light cannot be revealed from a place of perpetual, unchallenged elevation. Its dwelling place, its site of profound emanation, resides within the darkness itself. For these foundational souls to achieve their final, world-correcting missions, for them to unlock and reveal the most potent and transformative aspects of the hidden light, for all generations, they had to descend. Their perceived falls were not spiritual failures, but essential components of their divine mandate, serving as conduits for the revelation of a spiritual radiance otherwise inaccessible. This understanding carries immense implications for our own spiritual lives. If even the most exalted individuals by divine design experienced these descents to unveil hidden light, then our own frequent and often uninvited falls, our personal setbacks, and moments of perceived failure, are likewise not mere impediments. They are, in truth, unique and powerful positioning points for revealing immense spiritual light. When we encounter a significant personal challenge, a professional disappointment, a relational struggle, or a moment of profound internal doubt, we are not adrift in a spiritual void. Instead, we are positioned at a unique juncture, precisely where the Haganahs is poised for revelation. The pre-built ladder, therefore, is not a distant rescue mechanism, it is intrinsic to the experience of darkness itself. The very path through the challenge is simultaneously the path to the revelation. The moments we feel most disconnected, most lost, or most fallen are, in an extraordinary paradox, the precise moments when we are most aligned with the deeper mechanics of creation, poised to uncover a profound spiritual light that could not have been accessed through any other means. It is a radical reframing of adversity, transforming every shadow into a potential portal for unparalleled spiritual illumination. We are, in essence, being offered an opportunity to participate in the ancient, sacred dance of revelation, where darkness is not the antithesis of light, but its essential progenitor. This profound recalibration of our understanding of adversity leads us directly to one of the most revolutionary reinterpretations within ancient wisdom traditions: King Solomon's timeless dictum. His words, "The righteous falls 7 times, and gets up," have echoed through millennia, often understood superficially as a testament to resilience, a commendation of one's ability to recover from setbacks due to inherent strength of character. This conventional view posits that the righteous individual, possessing an extraordinary inner fortitude, can always bounce back from errors or challenges, their integrity ultimately unblemished. It suggests a journey where falls are unfortunate deviations, overcome by a return to an established, straight path. However, a deeper, more esoteric perspective, foundational to the Kabbalistic understanding, reveals an entirely different truth, one that transforms our very conception of spiritual elevation. This radical reinterpretation asserts that the genuine spiritual ascent of the righteous, their very elevation and profound connection to the divine, stems precisely from those 7 falls. The struggles, the battles lost, the moments of doubt, and what might appear as regression, are not mere deviations from the spiritual path. They are, in fact, the path itself. Each fall is not an impediment to growth but an integral, indispensable component of the spiritual journey. Consider the implications of such a revelation. It means that the times we feel most challenged, most defeated, or most disconnected are not signs of failure, but rather the very mechanisms through which profound spiritual growth is catalyzed. This paradox aligns our personal experiences of struggle with the journeys of legendary, Kabbalistic figures, illuminating a shared, sacred trajectory. For instance, the patriarch Abraham, revered for his unwavering faith, endured immense trials: displacement from his homeland, near sacrifice of his son, and a constant battle against idolatry. These were not smooth triumphs but profound periods of spiritual testing, moments where his faith was pushed to its very limits. Similarly, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the seminal author of the Zohar, spent 13 years in a cave, a period of profound physical hardship and isolation, yet it was precisely during this fall from societal life that the deepest mystical revelations unfolded through him. His perceived regression into solitude became the crucible for unparalleled spiritual illumination. This understanding also resonates with the struggles of other great souls such as Joseph, Judah, and even Jacob himself. As illuminated in Kabbalistic teachings, particularly concerning the Vayeshev portion of the Torah, these revered figures experienced immense darkness and made significant mistakes not as punishments, but as preparation for their ultimate missions. The Ganas, or hidden light, cannot be fully revealed from a place of constant, unblemished elevation. Instead, it resides within the very depths of darkness. To achieve their final correction and fulfill their divine purpose, these great souls had to fall. Their journeys demonstrate that our ability to reveal true light emerges from the very place where we have fallen, transforming moments of intense struggle into catalysts for monumental spiritual breakthrough. This is a complete reprogramming of our perception. Failures are not perceived as obstacles or impediments to progress, but as dynamic, essential components of the spiritual journey itself. When we find ourselves battling internally, questioning our spiritual resolve, or experiencing setbacks, it is in those very moments that we are most aligned with the transformative experiences of these ancient masters. Their greatness was not solely in their eventual triumphs, but in their profound struggles, their periods of doubt, and their seeming falls. They embraced these moments, perhaps unknowingly at first, as opportunities for a deeper encounter with the divine. Thus, the righteous ascent is not a linear climb free of imperfections, but a continuous process of growth through 7 falls. It is a dynamic, iterative journey where each perceived descent lays the groundwork for an even higher ascent. The Kabbalistic masters teach us that the Creator is already present in the pit even before we fall, having already constructed the ladder for our eventual rise. The darkness we encounter is not empty, it is imbued with potential, light, serving as a hidden promise. Our lowest moments are not indicative of abandonment, but rather a profound preparation for a powerful revelation. By understanding this, we stop blaming ourselves for perceived failures and instead embrace them as the very essence of our spiritual unfolding, recognizing that every struggle is a divine preparation for unparalleled growth and a deeper, more authentic connection to the boundless light of creation. The path of the righteous is not to avoid falling, but to master the art of rising, each time transformed and illuminated by the very descent itself. The profound insight that our moments of descent are not merely challenges but sacred passages for transformation stands as one of the most liberating truths we have explored. It reshapes our understanding of spiritual progress, moving us beyond a linear ascent to embrace a dynamic, cyclical journey where every perceived stumble is, in reality, a deliberate component of an overarching divine design. Indeed, throughout our expedition into the fundamental principles of creation, we have meticulously unpacked a tripartite core understanding: the Creator's absolute omnipresence, an intricate and pre-built pathway meticulously designed for each individual soul, and the revolutionary concept that growth through apparent falls is not merely permissible but foundational to our spiritual evolution. These pillars collectively illuminate an enduring theological perspective, one that posits a Creator intimately involved in every facet of existence, from the grand cosmic ballet to the subtlest stirring of a human heart. The path we traverse, with its contours and valleys, its moments of clarity and periods of obscurity, is not haphazard. Instead, it is a precisely calibrated curriculum, each experience serving a specific teleological purpose, guiding us towards an ever-deepening connection with the infinite source of all light. Our failures, our missteps, our regressions are not deviations from this path, but rather integral segments of its very fabric, each one an opportunity for a more profound integration of spiritual wisdom and a more authentic revelation of our intrinsic divine nature. Central to this understanding, and perhaps the most comforting and empowering of all insights, is the profound divine promise articulated in the ancient text: Achastiv velo arpenu. This declaration, translating directly to, I will hold you, I will not let you go, encapsulates the very essence of the unwavering embrace. It is a testament to an eternal, non-contingent bond, a metaphysical guarantee that irrespective of our perceived spiritual altitude, our actions, or our emotional state, we remain perpetually tethered, held fast by an unconditional love that is both the origin and the ultimate destination of our journey. This is not a passive observation of our struggles, but an active, sustaining presence, an invisible hand guiding and upholding us even when we feel most adrift. Internalizing this divine promise cultivates nothing less than radical self-forgiveness. When we truly comprehend the Creator's meticulous foresight, the understanding that every potential stumble, every moment of weakness, every human imperfection was already accounted for, woven into the grand design with grace and purpose, the impulse for self-recrimination diminishes. Blame gives way to comprehension. Guilt is transmuted into gratitude for a path that is not defined by flawless execution, but by resilient engagement and continuous learning. We begin to see ourselves not as flawed beings constantly falling short, but as evolving entities, each experience, even the challenging ones, serving as a meticulously crafted instrument for our spiritual refinement and the unveiling of latent potentials. This perspective liberates us from the tyranny of an unattainable perfection, inviting us instead into an authentic relationship with our developing selves, mirroring the Creator's own unconditional acceptance. Furthermore, our journey does not culminate in a single, definitive moment of enlightenment, nor is the wellspring of light exhausted by a fixed set of 50 teachings or any finite framework. Instead, the process of revelation is continuous, an unfolding tapestry that extends far beyond any prescribed set of principles. The insights we have gleaned throughout this audiobook are but foundational principles, springboards into an infinite ocean of understanding. Our connection to the divine is an enduring, dynamic relationship, perpetually evolving, constantly revealing new facets of truth through every encounter, every relationship, every challenge, and every triumph. Each breath offers a fresh opportunity to perceive the subtle emanations of light that permeate all existence, drawing us into an ever deeper, ever richer dialogue with the cosmos and its divine architect. In concluding our shared exploration, let us therefore derive profound comfort and spiritual strength from the unshakable realization of this unwavering divine embrace. To know that we are not merely observed, but held, not merely guided, but intrinsically woven into the very fabric of creation's purpose, provides an unparalleled sense of security and meaning. This awareness transforms our existential landscape, replacing anxiety with an abiding trust, and uncertainty with a deep conviction in the benevolent unfolding of our individual and collective destinies. Every sunrise offers a renewed testament to this perpetual embrace, a fresh canvas for continuous growth, and another opportunity to align ourselves with the boundless light that never lets go. We are not just participants in this grand cosmic narrative. We are eternally held within its sacred, unbreakable embrace, forever journeying towards a deeper realization of the boundless light that defines us, sustains us, and continuously calls us forward.